Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings today. We're so excited to have you again. Finally, Atiku Abubakar has reacted over the outcome of the case in United States of America, where he queried the certification of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And right now, you're going to be shocked with his reaction to it because, according to him, he says that he wants to learn from the ingenuity of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And what was the ingenuity of Bola Ahmed Tinubu? We're going to be looking at it in a jiffy. Don't forget that this same ingenuity was what the former governor of Imo State, Okorocha, was asking Lawan to tell the entirety of Nigeria how he vied for the position of the presidential candidate of APC, and at the same time was able to retain his senatorial position in the Senate. Now we're going to be looking at that because right now Atiku Abubakar is asking the possibility surrounding getting a certificate, but at the same time you get the certificate but you don't have your primary school and your secondary school result intact. Let's look at full details of what he had to say. And Atiku Abubakar just woke up and said, I woke up this morning wondering how we got to this cul-de-sac. In 1999, an official Bat claimed he attended St. John Primary School, Aroloya, Lagos, before proceeding to Children's Home School in Ibadan. According to him, his next port of call in his educational journey was Government College Ibadan and Richard Dallas College and Chicago State University in the United States. Curiously, in 2023, Tinubu settled with attending only at Chicago State. I am scratching my head. How is that possible? Me think that all well-meaning Nigerians should be as confused as I am with Tinubu's declaration that he has no primary and secondary education, yet he has a university degree. You may wish to ask Tinubu how he attended this feat so that we can learn from his ingenuity. That was what Atiku Abubakar asked. And guess what? Nigerians have been talking exhaustively about this. And someone here says the most anonymous and confused entity ever. Meanwhile, professors and so-called learned fellows are defending the fraud. Well, we are watching the case in Chicago and PEPT in Abuja. Let's see how he can defend this. Interesting times ahead. Another person here reacting to it say, Alaji save one train. Lack of access to public funds will make you drive a lawnmower with money. Oh dear. This one said the university admitted a student without his SSCE result. I hope you file this at the tribunal too. And I believe you won't delete this post after you might have found out that it comprises cluelessness and frustration. A lot of people are talking. This one said, if only you had loyal supporters. Unfortunately, all your supporters are hungry paid to tweet merchants. Don't you worry in this battle to expose the drug dealer and well-meaning Nigerians, aka obedience, are with you. And this one here says, whether you find out that he got admission into Chicago with or without any certificate, Oga, you can do little or nothing. Imagine the audacity. Someone says, whether you find it out or you do not find it out, one thing is certain, you can do little or nothing. And right now, my colleague is in the house, and let's just look at this whole issue, because I must say that truly this is a very interesting time. Nigerians are wishing to hear more about this whole event. Don't forget that this issue of his certification had been a case for concern. And if you watch our videos, you're going to see what Chris Nwokobia said yesterday. And he talked about everything surrounding the victory of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the just concluded election, that the illegitimacy of the process is what is currently causing even Niger and other West African countries not to give us any iota of respect. And what do you think about all of this that is happening right now between Atiku Abubakar, who is doing everything to claim back his mandate, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
You see, there's something that that's been bothering my mind just fairly recently, ever since this issue of Chicago State University saga began. Don't forget that before now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar have been, so to speak, political friends. They are not, you won't call them an enemy.
Yeah.
They get to talk from time to time. And to a very great extent, when Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the Lagos State governor, he was the vice president of Nigeria.
Yeah.
So quite a lot of things they knew. A whole lot of things they knew. So he had fair knowledge of the kind of certificates. I use the word fair knowledge. The kind of certificate he must have used to vie for the position of the governor of Lagos State then. Now, surprisingly, fast forward how many decades after, those certificates were not even in view when he brought up this issue of running for the presidency, talking of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, instead, he let go of all those minimum certificates, went straight for the Chicago State University direct. Others would say primary school days, secondary school days, that they form ECA 9 forms. But in the INEC form ECA 9 forms, Bola Ahmed Tinubu didn't bother to go through all those rigorous process of putting primary, secondary school and all that. He went straight for the CSU. And that's why you see Atiku Abubakar hampering on that one, because if he can hamper, that means that's his minimum qualification he had brought in as that certification from CSU. Now, if he can negate it, that means he has almost literally nullified it. Now, but he's now saying, now, if he could prove that Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not have enough certificate, or his whole thing is burden on technicality. If you claim that your highest certificate is CSU, people are asking, of course, for you to get Chicago State University, you must have gotten admission in the university. It's normal knowledge. Now, what is that certificate you used to get admission? Which primary school, which secondary school? Now, based on what Atiku is saying, he said the qualification he knew way back then that Bola Ahmed Tinubu used during his Lagos State governorship was somewhere in Ibadan, Oluwole or something. I can't remember the name of the university, secondary school.
Yeah, he made mention of it.
Now, but this time around, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not saying anything about that, literally. And people have been shouting that, the person of a former governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke, some persons already know his primary school certificate photograph. People already know some other, like the likes of Peter Obi. You could say that these are his classmates when he was in secondary school, Old Boys Association. He will tell you this person was my senior in my school. Go and verify. And this was Peter. What's the name of that former governor of Rivers State? You see, that one was his senior boy in the city, attended the same secondary school. At some point in prominence, you will get to see one of your classmates somewhere in around. But they're now saying, okay, when they were calling for old boys, what Bola Ahmed Tinubu did during his inauguration was to get old governors association, those who were governors with him in 1999 and all that. And they are saying, can't we get to see your old boys association? Those, at least, if you don't know your primary school, at least one or two of them will be alive, and that is where they're all hampering on. Literally, they said, okay, all he's now looking for is, I know, based on what Atiku is saying, that he's saying that he knows that Bola Ahmed Tinubu attended these secondary schools based on the certificate he tendered in ECA 9 form during his governorship election. But he wants to know the certificate that he also tendered in Chicago, if it's different.
Oh, I now see. Wow.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, if it is now different, then something must give. Something is not true. Like in his ECA form, that's Atiku's lawyer made mention yesterday evening. He said something so unique that caught my attention. He said there are two certificates. He said, one, A, B. One of them is the one that has the logos of CSU, that's Chicago State University, with 3 signatories. The second one have logos of CSU, is slightly different, with 2 signatories. Now, one unique thing about it is the fact that the one that the third signatory appears, unfortunately, is one who is supposed to be a director, and during her reign, Bola Ahmed Tinubu had not, during her reign, Bola Ahmed Tinubu had finished graduation. She came in between a year of 1999 or so, 2012, thereabout, while Bola Ahmed Tinubu finished in 1979. So there's no way she would have signed the certificate of Bola Ahmed Tinubu then. Now people now said it's possible that she can sign
if he did not collect it.
if he didn't collect it and he wants to collect it now.
Yeah.
They now busted the bubble that same woman or that same director was not on seat in 2022. Her time frame was between 1999 or so, 2012. So they were not close.
Okay.
So who is that person signing? Now another thing that these lawyers can be very meticulous in their analysis. He said he discovered that during the whole process and the reign that they wrote they will tell you fun character and learning and all that. They will not tell you the course you are studying and when you finished. Then I said, though he finished in so and so 1979, but that the course he was studying was business and administration. But they now went to the website of the school, and that the only course they have studied or the courses they have on that, both a master's and BSc level, is business administration and not business and administration. The school, no matter which university, they don't make that mistake in typological errors. He didn't stop there. They now discovered that in the 2 certificates too, one said he graduated in June 22nd, 1979. Another one said it's June 27th, 1979. That the school they have database. Is whether you come 10 years after, that date does not change. See, they're not saying the disparities are way too much. And they say the font size they used to type the 2 certificates are different. That's why you see them, they're sleeping on that matter.
Wow. I think if all the details will come out, then Nigerians will be looking at possibly a re-election. But however, we are waiting to see what will be the end product of all this legal case. I think that here in Nigeria, PEPT, I think they have just barely 3 weeks to go. And by September, I think they should be through with everything. So I think we have a lot to see as we make progress, especially as has to do with the just concluded presidential election. We'd like to leave it there. Let's meet in our comment section and talk more on this issue. What do you think about this whole issue of